I think things have changed actually, and we find most people receptive to sensible health and safety. If you offend people's common sense and start talking to them about trivia, you get a negative response. But generally, with significant risk, people want it to be controlled. They expect to be safe. They expect to keep others safe. And they're open to supporting that. Well, I think if you asked anybody in any sector, they'd say it had unique challenges. I think it's particularly the case in media because every show is different, essentially, or at least people try and make them different. And so you're facing different challenges all the time. And the variety of situations which our safety advisors find themselves confronting is immense. From journalists in war zones through to actors on location, working with animals, stunts, special effects, audiences. The list is endless. So there are judgments to be made always. Reasonable practicability is not an exact science. Most people want to be safe. They recognise the business need and indeed the moral imperative of it. You strike a balance based on the risk involved after you've done everything to control it and the editorial benefit of it. How important is it to do this? And can it be justified? But we start from the position of trying to get things done and to help create the content that people want to make, and not to try and get in the way of that. I wouldn't single out celebrities as a particular challenge. Actually, I think most people are quite sensible these days about health and safety, provided that you don't offend their common sense. I think they are successful in it, I think, because they're comfortable taking some responsibility for people's safety. And that, to me, is a key requirement for a good safety professional, because it isn't all about just enforcing rules and minimising risk, although of course a large part of the job is that. But actually, a good safety professional makes judgments and carries a bit of responsibility for those judgments. And I think people value that. Yes, well, we do have an array of equipment for the would-be war reporter. The more unusual items, I guess, I would pick out the blast boxers, and these are blast-proof sets of underwear, which were actually developed by the army in Iraq and Afghanistan, and in response to the prevalence of roadside bombs and IEDs. And while it may sound a bit comical, actually I think if you find yourself in the proximity to that kind of explosion, it's probably comforting to know that your important parts are protected.